Hi everybody, so today we will see how to enter regulatory region analysis with corresponding constructs and evidence. So I will continue with the article from ANISEED where there is some regulatory region analysis, and the idea is to enter the figure number 5 where they study regulatory region from MS6P and corresponding evidences. So before entering data into the system, I prepared this data. I prepared here the sequence. So I got the primers in the article and could retrieve the sequence. I also prepare the name of the region, which is standardized from the article from Stolfi et al. 2014 in Genesis. So this name is composed by the symbol of the species, so Cyana intestinalis, and the reg for region and the coordinates on KH assembly. Okay, so you can also prepare a short name which is in general based on the name you gave in the article to retrieve easily data in ANISEED or in the article. You could also prepare a description explaining the construct, the activity of the region, and that's it. You have to prepare also the name of the construct you used to test the region, so which is P for plasmid. Then you enter the name of the region that you gave for the region just here. Yes, this one, the same. You enter the promoter, so PR for promoter, same Cyana intestinalis symbol, and the gene, the reporter gene. And then you could also prepare comments to explain what is this construct, the binding sites with the sequence, and I prepare also some description for the gene reporter essay. Okay, so now you can enter this data into the system. Okay, this is a general description for gene reporter assay, and this is for the annotation of the image. Okay, so first I go to the article. I edit the article. Okay, and this is data I already enter, molecular tools, and you see that cis regs and construct are not yet filled. So I want to create a new cis regulatory region. I enter the authors of the cis regulatory region. I enter my synonym. The synonym I prepared. I enter the name with the good nomenclature. So this name. Okay. I enter also the activity of the region, if there is no activity, if we don't know, if the region is active. So here you can see that in the paper there is some activity, so we can say that the region is an enhancer. Okay, you have all the definition of the vocabulary in the paper tutorial. So you choose a species, you choose the regulated gene, which is MA6P. You can blast, oh sorry, you can add more genes if needed. You enter the coordinates, so just the first one. After, it will be automatically entered when you will enter the sequence. Okay, so it's not the same. You can add the strand. Here, yes, here you can blast if you need to blast the sequence to have the coordinates. You can specify if the region is, you can add a comment to the sequence. So I like to put where come from the sequence, because with the different assembly and the changes, it's sometimes difficult. So the origin of the sequence, if it is artificial or natural, if there is mutation or insertion or not. So in our case, it's natural. So you have to put from which sequence derives from the one we study. So here there is, the sequence is from 707 base pair. So we can say that it is a child of this one, minus 118. Okay, just to put the sequence in hierarchy. So, and this is a deletion from this sequence. You can also put the effect, and you can add the description of your sequence. So here we explain that the sequence, and you save. Okay, so here you access to this message and the summary of the sequence, the regulated gene, the scaffold, the sequence, the coordinates, and you want to create the corresponding construct to enter the gene reporter assay. So you click on create new construct if it works. Yes, create new construct. Yes, and here, so you enter the other information corresponding to the construct, the organism, so the name you prepared for your construct, this one, the gene, the reporter gene, so just put the name of the gene, the minimal promoter, the sequence, so if it's different from the assembly, this should appear here, a comment, so the comments I prepare explaining what is exactly the region with words. Okay, and now the construct is created. I go back to the article, and here you will see there is my regulatory region and my construct. So I just need to specify the species and save. And now I can create the corresponding evidence for the construct. So I click on show enter experimental evidence, though there is no data, and this is the same strategy I shown for expression data in the tutorial number 2. So here this is automatically entered, so gene reporter assay, reporter gene assay, you add the general comments, so here X-gal staining at gastrula stage, and So this is also automatically entered. You enter the animal provider, the species, the developmental stage, and you want to add the expression of your construct. So you click add an expression and you can create your expression profile. So again, you enter the name of the authors, you add your prop, so you put the name of the gene and you will have the list of all the constructs for this gene. So you choose the one we entered, you add the pictures. Okay, I go fast because you know how to do this now. Yes. And a comment here. Up. Okay, so with the annotation from the paper, just put some modification with the annotation. Yes. This, and you had territories of expression. So here this is B8.18, 17. Up. $19 and $20. You submit and you save. You have the summary of the experiment. You can go back to the article. Here you will access to the evidence. And again, if you click on the link, you will access to the evidence you have entered. So now you have to enter the putative binding sites. So I already prepared the data. I already entered this one, and I would like to enter binding site for OTX. I prepared the absolute coordinates and a comment explaining the effect of a mutation on this binding site. So for that you have to go to create new motif, create a motif, you choose the organism, you select the domain. So here we want to enter site for OTX, so which is an mailbox domain, the regulated gene, so you put the name of your gene, and you will access to all the regulatory region for this gene. So you click on the gene you want to add the motif, the region, sorry. You want to add the motif. You enter the binding factor, and you can add more if needed. And yes, you enter the sequence, the absolute coordinates of your motif. Yes. And yes, this one. The strand and the comments. So here the comment explain that if I mutate 3 OTX binding sites, there is a partial loss of activity. And there, in the comment I put also the mutation. This is extracted from the article. Okay, so you have the summary of what you entered. If you want now to access to the analysis of the region in the website, you can, because you are logged, so you can visualize the region in the website context. So go to MS6P, you put in any search, you go to CIS regulatory region, you click on the region you want to access, and here you will have the name, the synonym, here the status because it is not yet curated, the origin of the region, the type of activity, so this is an enhancer, all the author, annotator, curator information, the description we entered, the hierarchy of all the regulatory region for MS6P, with the one which is selected, the regulated gene, the construct with the experiment data. Okay. Here the gene reporter, the reporter gene assay for this construct with the annotation. You have the overview of all the binding sites, so I enter 2 binding sites. You have the motif name, the binding factor, the sequence, the position, and the comments. The comment we entered. You can access, so here you can visualize the motif, and you can also access to the sequence with the motif we entered, the reference. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and see you for next video. Bye bye!